So here you have the first exercise about graphs of motion. It says that a car is moving and these are the values of the speed that can be seen in the speedometer. You have to draw the graph speed time, okay? So every time when you have to draw a graph, we are going to do it as we used to do it at the beginning of the year, okay? So you have here 13 values. Each pair of value is going to be a point in your graph, okay? So the first thing you have always to do is drawing the axis. Okay, the y-axis and now the x-axis. Okay, once you have drawn the axis, something you can never forget is writing next to the axis what you are going to represent and what are the units for that physical quantity. In the x-axis, we are always going to represent the time, okay? So here we write the t of time and the s of second between brackets. And in the y-axis, in this case, we are going to represent the speed. So we write the v of speed, and in this case, in kilometers per hour, okay? That is something very important. You can never forget to indicate in each axis what you are going to represent. Okay, next. As you remember, something that was very important at the beginning of the year was that the same measurement in an axis must always represent the same, okay? So, for example, if I decide in this axis that every 2 squares is going to represent 5 seconds, in the whole axis, every 2 squares is going to represent 5 seconds. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25, okay? In the other axis, I can decide a different thing. For example, I decide that every 2 squares are going to represent 10 kilometers per hour. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Okay, so once you have decided how you are going to divide the two axes, the next thing is drawing each point, okay? Each pair of values is going to represent a point, okay? So in this case, 0 in time and 0 in speed is going to be my first point, okay? Very good. Next, the next point is 5 in time. Here we have 5 in time and 15 in speed. So if this is 10 and this is 20, this is 15. So 5, 15 is going to be my second point, okay? And so on. Next point, 10, 30. So 10 in time, this is 10 in time, and 30 in speed. So 10, 30 is going to be my next point. Very good. And 15, 45. So 15 in time, 45 is here. Between 40 and 50, 45. So next point. And then 20, 60. So 20 here in the time, 60 in the speed. Next time. Next point. Okay. And 25 is here. And 75. Okay, so once you have all the points drawn, you can join all the points together, okay? So here we have our graph speed time, okay? So if you remember, when we have a straight line in the graph speed time, that is very important, the graph speed time, we have a uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, so that is all. So don't forget, first of all, writing what you are representing in each axis, and the thing about all the same measurement in one axis must represent the same.